Hi everyone, Brett here, Altitude Scale Modeling with a new sprue review. If you watched my news flash, you knew this was coming. Finally, AMK's avant-garde model, 148 F-14D Super Tomcat. Furball design decals, kit number 88007. I have heard some people complain this is artwork, doesn't look right, but looks good to me. Even has the heat trail from the jet engines behind there. So I'm thinking it looks good. Many versions in the box. There's two of them, Grim Reapers and Black Lions. I like the Grim Reapers because of the shark mouths. And some of your weapons. Here, the Vandy 1 Vampires version. Again, some of your weapons and targeting pods. Here, Bounty Hunters and Tomcatters. I also like Tomcatters because I like Felix and weapons. And here's just same as the side of your box. This box is heavy, it's thick, and there is no movement in there. So, pop the top. We got instructions. We've got box of weapons. Front half of the fuselage. Two more boxes of weapons. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 12, 14 sprues, decals, Photo-etch. Let's start with the part everyone wants to see, the wings. Why does everyone want to see it? Because everyone complained that Tamiya did not have posable control surfaces, and these do. So, what we've got here is the bottom of the wings. It's even got detail where the flaps are opened. One-piece control surfaces. One-piece slats. These are doors for something, I'm not sure what. And then you've got parts for the control surfaces, the slats or the flaps. And you've got very nice surface detail, rivet detail on those access hatches, panel lines, lots of detail at the front of the leading edge. There's the detail on those parts. There are ejector pins in here. They feel flush. You want to make sure, of course, before putting them together. There's the detail under the leading edge. See how it wraps around there? Really nice detail. Yes, someone asked me about doing a comparison between this and the Tamiya. If no one beats me to it, I'll do it this weekend. So you've got your horizontal stabilizers, your tops of your wings, and again, some control surfaces. Very nice detail, very good plastic. A lot of people waited a long time for this kit. A lot of jokes abounded. We don't know how it goes together yet because there's only one video I've seen that shows it going together. You can see how these two parts of the wings wrap around. And what I'm getting here is you can do it with the control surfaces or without the control surfaces. As far as I can tell, that's what it looks like. Because you only got two wings. One wing, two wing. Control surfaces attached, no problem. Leading edges attached, no problem. Don't want to do all this? There you go. Want to do all this? Got your flaps, your slats, all ready to go for you. And even the parts to see the inside when they're deployed. Nice touch there. Next, let's look at intakes. Yep, crinkly plastic, matching intake. So I'm going to take one out, because as it is, I'll never get this back in the box. Very sharp. Be careful with that, or you're going to break those tips off. And no seam line, slip molded. You have an R, so this is the right one. You have ejector pin mark, one there, one there. Can you see them when they're on the aircraft? Probably not. But I know some people will complain. But there they are. I'm showing them. They're very shallow. Be easy to sand out or fill if you think you'll see them. Alright. Two of those beauties. Upper and lower fuselage halves. And yeah, some people said you should take them out of the bags first because it's too crinkly. I like showing them in the bags and taking them out of the bags. Wow! That is some detail underneath there. Place for your Phoenix or your Sparrow missiles. Wow, that just looks truly outstanding detail. Wonderful panel lines, rivets, detail inside the landing gear bays. Wherever you decide to do weather-wise, it's going to look really good. Top part, same thing. Even these vents are open. Rivets everywhere they should be. Speed brake door has two ejector pin marks right there. Nothing that can't be taken care of. There's some detail for inside of here. And again, those vents open. And detail. Check out that rivet detail, that paneling detail. Where you mount the vertical stabilizers, the tails, the rudders. Wow. And these, it looks like, just gonna, obviously I can't get them together because there are sprue gates back here. But just pressing those together like that. Going together really well. No, that's not flash. It's part of the housing. Look at that. It's going to fit together really nice. I believe. I do not know for sure at this time. Here we've got the bags for the wings. Looks like cockpit, the bays, landing gear bays. I do like the resealable bags. Let's start with front wheel bay. Around for the canopy. These, one of the landing gear bays, landing gear bay parts. Fuselage tub, side panels for the fuselage. And these doors right here. Doors right here. Landing gear bay doors. Here, here. The detail where the canopy goes, right here. These hoses and wires, hoses or wires, not sure what they are. separate. Detail on the bays, detail on the side panels. The tub has no detail at this time. Here's the speed brake that's between the tails. That other one I think was probably just a panel. Here are the gear doors. There are 2 ejector pin marks, little ones in each, and here, and here, and here. It'd be easy to fill. It's kind of a shame they're there. I don't think they're supposed to be there, but we can always check. And some more slip molding right there, you see. So, the detail here on the sides of the doors. The detail here on the speed brake. And here, like I said, are the bags for when the wings are swept back. There is, right there, a strut to hold the wings. Keep the angle right. Here's the detail on those bags. I'm not sure if this has movable wings or positionable wings. Some more cockpit detail. Some more landing gear bay detail. I haven't seen the instrument panel yet, but I'm sure it's there. But look at these tiny little parts there. Here. The detail. It's just, there is an ejector pin mark in each of these doors. But again, with this level of detail, it probably took a lot to push this mold out. Here we have engines. Two, of course. And it looks like either a fuel tank or a pod. Some little hooks. Some actuators. And your first stage compressor. And your afterburner ring. You could really detail these engines up nicely if you wanted to remove them. Leave one of them out and one of them in, do a maintenance diorama. Those look really good. And open or closed engine nozzles. More tail fins. This is for the wings closed, so obviously it looks like you cannot move them. You have to choose. There's 3 positions. You saw the open. In case you didn't. Fully open wing. Swept back. Fully swept back. 3 position wings. I did not review the Tamiya kit. Looks like we got FOD covers, and we definitely got the deflector plates for supersonic flight. So I cannot compare this at this time because I did not review. I do have both versions of the Tamiya one, and I know it goes together well, I've been told. There you go, 3 position wings. You cannot move them, which is fine because it's not a toy. And your engine nozzles, and then opened or closed. And these are the vertical stabilizers, the tails. My brain stopped working for a second. Couldn't remember what they were. Again, inside the engine nozzles, the closed one you see there. Get the light data just right. Detail, nice detail. And then these parts here go into the open ones if you're going to have them open. And I don't know if, like the SU-27 has one open and one closed. Research, people, research. And looks like we're down to wheels. I still haven't seen the instrument panel. So 2 sprues of wheels, of course. I do not see weight on wheels, but it does have a nice texture to it. And these, which I have no idea what they are, these might be for the wings in one of the fully open position. We'll have to check our instructions. There's 2 of those as well. And hard points. 2 sprues of these. Matching. So your hard points, your ejector racks, your rails. Some of them are one piece, some of them are putting together. All have nice detail. Okay. Now, before we get into weapons, let's get into this box here, which is the front half of the fuselage. Nicely boxed. One piece. Wow. I just broke the boarding ladder. Look, when you take yours out, don't do what I did, break the boarding ladder. If that's the boarding ladder. I'm pretty sure it is. But it's broke. Anyway, beautiful nose. Refueling probe. There's the part you want to see. You know, it's got a little squiggly from the mold. But, one piece. Slide molded. No seam. Great detail. This makes it so they can do other versions without having too much trouble. So, no, I'm not going to complain and make a big scene about the boarding ladder because it was my fault it broke. I should have been more careful. And this box has canopy, landing gear legs, and etc. Let's hope etc. is the instrument panels. Amazing what they can do. My first F-14 was an old Revell kit. It was not even close. There are your slide molded legs, landing gear legs. How could that not make you happy? You're going to have to be so careful cutting this off. But you've got compressed legs. And it looks like you've got a front one without these parts to connect it to the catapult. Nice touch. But you can see these are compressed legs. And a shroud for your canopy. Again, look at that detail. And since the clear parts are here, these are, they're in a resealable bag. Ay, caramba. Almost seems like they've got a little gold tint to them. But wow. Open or closed? you decide. And here's what they look like. Very, very crystal clear. And very nice detail. And obviously you're not going to use this. This is for the open one. This is for the closed one. You can see the same level of detail, rivets and everything around there. So this is going right back in the bag. Carefully. I already broke one boarding ladder. And I'm curious where I missed the instrument panel. Because here we've got 4 Sidewinder missiles, molded in one piece, neatly stacked. Even has the hose to connect it to the pylon. The fins even look like they're straight and the correct thickness. And they're all stacked nicely. Here, I found ejector seats and instrument panels. Yeah, I wouldn't even think about the seats. I was only thinking about those darn instrument panels. Ejector seats. The rails, the separate cushions, the controls, the handles, the headrest. Won't need to replace these with resin. And instrument panels and combing nose. So 2 instrument panels. Looks like the panel between the 2 of them. Throttle controls, control stick, side panels. Looks really good. You want to replace it with some Photo-etch? I don't know. It looks pretty good all on its own. And we've got our pod. That's not a pod. It's part of the railing for the underneath. These, on the other hand, are pylons. Again, who complain about detail? I can't. This box, there's no Phoenix missiles in this kit. Did the D carry Phoenix missiles, anybody? I don't know. But this has got lantern, tarps, and JDAM. And as you saw in my earlier video, there's an Ordnance set that does have Phoenix missiles. There we go. There's your bombs. JDAM GBU 38s. Looking good. Fins. Detail. And yes, there are a couple of ejector pin marks. But look where they are. On the side that's going to be up. Well thought out. Here, tarps pod. Another wonder of slide molding, this thing. Remember the old tarp pods? Center seam right there. Possibly seams were connected to that. Not this beauty. And our lantern target pod. It's in the stowed position, so this part here you can't position. Other than that, isn't it stowed when it's on the ground anyway? And I'm sure Edward or someone else will come up with one that does have a removable head. Movable head. You get a tiny little bit of Photo-etch for seat belts, grab handles, and a couple of vents. So, nice little touch. And decals, 2-3 sheets of decals. So what we're going to do with these, stick it down here. Alright, sheet number 1. You've got grave diggers, you've got last Tomcat crews, bounty hunters, that's your golden lions or your black lions, shark mouth, furball design. Does furball print their own decals? I'm not sure. But there you go. Really nice. Decal film is really close. You may have like the hundreds, 106s, the numbers, you know, the Navy. Too bad they don't make overtrees. And this looks like weapons. Yeah, because there's lantern tarps. Some stencil data, port, fuselage, starboard, fuselage, wings, top, bottom. Nice how they separate it. Pylons, port, starboard, top, bottom. Very good touch. Again, all in register. All looking good. Nothing to complain about. And there's Felix. There are your instrument panel decals, which look very nice. Even these, they have a metallic sheen to them for the AIM-9s. You can do the AIM-9s or the AIM-7s. So you got decals for Phoenix, but there's no Phoenix in here. Yes, there is. I missed a box. Silly me. Why don't you guys tell me that I left that, put that box under the box? So, let's put all these back. See how easy that was? Nope, you didn't because I did it off camera. Sorry about that. Look, I missed a whole box of weapons. Alright, sparrows. So, it looks to me like you don't need to buy the Ordnance set unless you want it for your other aircraft, which of course I do, because I have one. Sparrows, both kinds of seeker heads. Nice touch. Again, these fins, they look scale thickness and they're straight. Last company I saw with missiles of this quality was Great Wall. Great Wall Hobby. So you've got 4 stacked Sparrows. And we've got us some GBU-12s and GBU-16s. These, I believe, will be 16s. You've got 4 of them. And look, you've got open fins. This is how it's carried under the aircraft. This is what happens as soon as it's dropped. Maybe a second or two after it's dropped, they open it up to guide it. And look at the thinness on those open fins. Detail on the seeker head. Even the detail on the closed fins. Someone was thinking hard when they did this. And these are the 12s. Same thing, open and closed, same detail. Here's the size difference between the two. GBU-12, GBU-16. I'm not sure the weight, 500, 1,000, 300, 750, I'm not sure, but I'm sure someone will tell me. But again, your fins, perfect and thin. You know, if the reason this took so long was because of all this detail and thought they put into it, then who are we to complain? But, you know, people are going to complain. Just not me. And what do we got here? Here we've got us GBU-31s. Big old bombs. Big bombs. I like big bombs and I cannot lie. There you go. Fins. I use 1 glue point. Again, ejector pin marks on the top where it mounts to the aircraft so you won't see them. Or you can just a couple swipes with a sanding stick. Might need a little filling, but you're not going to see them. Why waste your time? Nice, nice, nice. And last, my favorite missile of all. The Phoenix. It would have been nice if they had fired a Phoenix in Top Gun. Whoa! One-piece Phoenix. I just can't get over how thin they made those fins. There's the rocket motor. Again, ejector pin marks, 2 of them. On the side that connects the rocket, the missile, to the aircraft. But look at that. Look at how thin those are. Cool. So I think after my boo-boo of not finding the missiles, I think that we've actually reached the instruction time. Let me move all this out of the way. I got weapons all over the place. Okay. Beautiful cover art, 5 schemes you can do. There they are right off the top. A little bit about the aircraft if you want to pause it and read it. And paint scheme, paints used. It does not actually pick a manufacturer. It gives you a color and an FS number where applicable. Nice touch. There's your 5 schemes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is your main coloring guide, which is of course gray over gray. Unless you do the black one, which is right there. And you know, this one's got black tails. This one looks a little darker gray, which nice, nice, nice. I've never done a black Tomcat. And lastly, the Grim Reapers, which I do like a lot. Yeah, I know the dog's been barking the whole time. It's because we got coyotes in the neighborhood. And she's scaring them away from the fence. There's all your stencil data. And you're going to start by decaling up your cockpit, putting together your ejector seat. Well, actually, these are just the decals. We haven't got to the instructions yet. And there's drill holing guides. Before you even put anything together, it's telling you where to drill holes for fuel tanks, under fuselage pallets, and you start building. Start with the seats, cockpit, start putting the stuff inside the nose fuselage section, masking up and putting parts into the canopy. I don't think I'd put the canopy on there yet. There's your engines going together. You have to decide about your nozzles, of course. Your intake trunks. Attaching your intake ramps. Subsonic, transonic, supersonic. Nice touch. Attaching the inside trunks, which of course is the intakes. Note. Right there. Note. Make sure you get it right. Horizontal tail wing positions. You can have 3 positions. You decide which way you want them. They're not movable either. Installing your engines, intake ramps, main landing gear bays. Open wings. Closed wings. Which of course if your wings are closed, you're not going to need the flaps deployed and the ailerons down, are you? Ah, good thinking. Horizontal tail and wing. Attaching the wings. Swept, swept back, parked position. There you go. There's your 3. Swept out, takeoff, swept back, flight, parked. Top of the fuselage, which bag to use, wing swept back, wing swept out. Vertical tails. Got lights. Closing the fuselage and attaching the nozzles. You decide which nozzles, wing swept back and in parking position, of course. You're going to need these. Wing swept out, you'll need those. Putting the front half of the fuselage on and all the parts. There's the boarding ladder that I broke. I can just put it without the boarding ladder and solve that problem, huh? There's your landing gear and your wheels. Your stretch. There's your fuel probe, your landing gear doors. It's telling you to paint red, which of course you know because you build Navy aircraft. You decide which you're going to use for the front. This one or this one with the canopy rail down or up. Attaching the main gear doors, the main landing gear, which you do after you paint. Speed brake. Canopy open, canopy closed. You decide. Canopy closed, you're using the old plexiglass one with this part. Canopy open, you're using this part with the 2 separate windows. Under fuselage pallets, which I just called rails. And your fuel tanks, and your wing glove pylons, and your missiles, which require very little assembly, and your bombs, and your ZA-15 tarp, attaching your under fuselage pallets and tarps. You need to cut pins in certain areas. There's your weapons loadout. You decide. I would like Phoenix, a couple Phoenixes, a tarp pod, a couple Sparrows, a Sidewinder. Probably won't use bombs, but I could be wrong. And your sprue maps. And the end. Whew. That was long. There you have it. How long ago did they announce this? 2 years? 3 years? I don't even remember. Then they put it up on, what, pre-sale? You pay in advance. You get the first ones out. I don't know where that went. I don't know if someone's got it before me. I know there's one review on YouTube for sure. But there you have it. AMK, F-14D, Super Tomcat. I think the plastic is amazing. I will do a video this weekend comparing it to the Tamiya one. You know there's going to be differences, but everyone said the Tamiya one's amazing as well. So, and people have built the Tamiya one. So we're going to have to start hearing about how well this goes together. But, thanks for watching. Hope you go buy one if you can find one. I know they're sold out in the UK. We just got them here in America, and I'm lucky to get a couple. And thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. Go build something. Show me what you're building. Bye-bye.